So after 9/11, filmmakers struggled to figure out what to do with these films they had shot in New York. Films that were set there, shot there, that had images of the Twin Towers. I mean, there is, of course, the larger question of when are we all comfortable going back to entertainment? When is it time to feel good again and laugh again? But this was a very specific problem. And do you digitally erase them and try to be respectful of your audience and not disturb or upset them? Or do you keep them in? Because that is a true reflection of what the city looked like at that time. One of them is Glitter with Mariah Carey. There is a shot of the towers in the movie, and I recall sitting at the screening in Manhattan, and that one shot got just massive cheers and applause. I mean, the rest of the movie is, of course, ridiculous, but people were really happy to see the towers intact once more.
Jesus. Looks like a human comic book.
Who the hell's a medical examiner?
Late for the party as usual.
I'm not waiting. We better stop before the tide gets in.
And then the one-year anniversary came around, and City by the Sea came out with Robert De Niro and James Franco. It's this police drama thriller, and it was shot all over New York in the months prior to September 11, 2001. And you see the towers, and they kept them in, and it struck sort of a somber note in the city. We were all on edge once more at the one-year anniversary, and there they were in this film, but I really applaud keeping them. And then there are several movies that took the towers out, just digitally erased them, you know, trying to be respectful, trying not to upset people too much. One of them is the Ben Stiller comedy Zoolander. Another is the John Cusack, Kate Beckinsale romantic comedy Serendipity, and then the first Spider-Man movie. There are visions of the towers in the poster, but they were actually taken out of the final film.
A bomb has been placed in your capital city. By the time you hear this message, it will be too late for you to find it.
So then is this Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Collateral Damage. It was supposed to come out in October 2001. It's about a terrorist plot to blow up some buildings. That seemed really inappropriate in the wake of what had happened, so the studio moved it to February of the next year, even though, you know, it's very, very different. Still, that was an example of Hollywood trying to be sensitive. Then finally, in 2008, I think we were ready to see the towers again and embrace that image and look back fondly on what they stood for. And the documentary Man on Wire is a great example of that. It's about this tightrope walker, Philippe Petit, who actually walked between the towers in the 70s. It was really great to see the towers once more and just see that they stood for sort of a beacon of promise and possibility.